Hello everyone, and welcome to the Trevor Norkey Show. The only show that delivers the news of Lumen Christi High School without all the boring crap. Here is the most recent news. Yesterday, Lumen had another snow day. They claim that it is not because they are lazy, but more because Lumen students are so widespread it would be rude to have everyone drive through such dangerous weather. No, you're just lazy. Lumen's priest, Father Jeff Rose, recently announced that he will be leaving Lumen Christi next year. Some people tried to play it cool, but most of the reactions were similar to Bella Swan in New Moon. The Quizbusters team would like everyone to know that they are in need of new members. All of their current members are juniors and seniors and will be gone soon. If you don't already know, Quizbusters is a game show for the smartest of the school to compete with other schools. It is fun, especially if you know the names of every single river in Japan, India, China, and Russia. Religion teacher Mr. Brown is engaged, so that means he will be moving too. It looks like the religion department really is like the Defense Against the Dark Arts position at Hogwarts. I mean, how many have we gone through now? Degree, Dowd, Brown, Rose? Well, at least we still have the Burgesses. It was decided recently that next year, instead of carrying heavy books around, we will instead have iPad minis. Just what our youth needs. The few books teenagers are still reading will be replaced by more screens. And you wonder why the Quizbusters team doesn't have enough members. Accelerate Drivers Training is now having classes at Lumen Christi. The first lesson, Driving and Jesus. Now it's time for a segment I like to call Secondhand Movie Review. Today's film to talk about, Les Miserables. This movie is a sequel to the X-Men series. It's about what the well-known Wolverine does after he loses his powers and moves to France. Wolverine doesn't like people knowing who he is, so he disguises himself poorly as the mayor of a town. However, his old arch-nemesis, the pirate lord known as Gladiator, begins to sniff him out. Meanwhile, Anne Hathaway is sad about something. From what I have heard, she sang a bunch of slow, boring songs, so no one really knows what happened. Anyway, Anne Hathaway dies somehow, and Wolverine swears to adopt her daughter. Many years later, Wolverine is living with Anne Hathaway's daughter, who grew up to be Little Red Riding Hood. Then they happen to come across a baseball team or something called the French Revolution, and their colors were red and black, I think. So Wolverine decides to join them, but their team loses anyways. And then some guy ends up going out with Red Riding Hood, but Wolverine is totally cool with it. Then everyone dies. The end. Oh, and Borat was somewhere in there too. Well, we'll be right back after these very important messages. Stick around. It's that time of year again, Valentine's Day. And you know what that means? Muchas Smooches. It's the time when you get to send all the Hershey's Kisses that you want to your Valentine. But do you not have a Valentine? Are you depressed because everyone else is getting Muchas Smooches and you're not getting any, although you keep sending them? Well, we got a solution for that. All you have to do is send yourself some Muchas Smooches from other people. Keep sending them, and then people will look at you and say, wow, he must be popular. I should go out with him. Don't be forever alone on Valentine's Day. Send yourself Muchas Smooches. Available from your local NHS member. Welcome back. The cast of the school musical, Godspell, was announced earlier this week. I'm not going to say who got the lead, but here's a hint. It was that guy. The bowling team would like you to know that they won their meet on Wednesday against Eaton Rapids. Says the rest of the school, no one cares. Lumen's newest student, Harold Harker, who was made of plastic wrap, has gone missing. No one seems to know where he disappeared to, but has anyone checked the detention room? He was not wearing pants, if you didn't notice, which usually results in some sort of detention. The new semester schedule has caught a few people off guard. It is very confusing for most people. Maybe it would have been simpler if this music was not playing in the background as the schedule was being made. student council hosted a blood drive on Wednesday. It seemed to be a total success. When asked how it went, all of the donors had this to say. Yeah. We have now reached the point in the show where I answer some of my viewer mail. My first question is from someone known as George Glass. George asks, can you do an impression of your favorite teacher at Lumen Christi? Really, George? You're going to pull that in my classroom? This is an honors class. Now get in your cooperative groups. Connor McKillop asks, how do you think Barack Obama feels about the beginning stages of cannibalism? How can you apply Barack Obama's feelings on the topic of the beginning stages of cannibalism to your daily life? Well, all I have to say to that is that I'm sure Obama is taking care of that problem as best he can. I'm sure that his new gun laws are really going to help to protect ourselves too. Daniel Nowinski asks, how many women can you pick up by serenading them with Yellow Submarine? None. Trust me, I've tried everything. Well, it seems that our time is up for today. Tune back in 2 weeks for another episode of The Trevor Norkey Show. Thank you, and wear a smile.